Today is finally the day I'm planting the 4-foot tank right here. I'm truly excited for this. Right here you can see the box that I have ordered. There's a bunch of plants in here and I just can't wait to get this thing open. Hello, if you're new to this channel, I am Rio Watanabe and I create aquarium videos in this fish room. It's a work in progress, but this is what I'm doing right now. Different projects, and I also do fish store tours every once in a while. So if you like this kind of stuff, definitely hit that subscribe button and let's get straight into this video. So what I'm going to start by doing is getting this box open. Alright, so I bought these plants from a website here in Japan called Shopping Charm or Charm Shopping. I don't know whichever one it is, but it's one of the most popular online pet stores here in Japan, and the price is reasonable, quite good I'd say, and the shipping in my experience is quite good as well. So it's my first time ordering plants from them. Let's check out how this shipment went. So this is what the inside looks like after I removed all the stuffing paper. So first of all, I ordered this right here. This is some root tabs, very popular product here in Japan, good for cryptocoryns and stuff like that. And it's said to work really well, so I'm gonna give it a try. You can see right here, glossostigma before and after. So I hope that works. And then here are all the plants. Let's see how well they shipped. Really excited to get this thing open. So here are all the plants that I ordered. 6 different types of cryptocoryns, and I didn't order like a lot, but I ordered 6 different types, and hopefully they all do well in this tank. Currently no CO2. I've turned off the air pump for the time being so that it's quieter and so that you guys can see better. But we've got a gravel substrate. There are some root tabs in the bottom right now, but we're gonna add more just to give the plants more nutrients because cryptocoryns are heavy root feeders. So I'm gonna open these up and let's see how they are. 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀 brown. 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, if I'm even saying it correct, but yeah, I'm gonna have to unpot that. So it looks similar to the previous one, but this is 𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗶𝗀𝗀. And cryptocoryns, when they're immersed grown like this, they mostly look the same. So I'm going to plant these 3 in first, and then we'll get to the remaining 3. The reason why I do that is because I don't want the leaves to dry out too much. So we're gonna plant these in first because cryptocoryns are pretty sensitive plants. So here it is. I've taken them out from their pots. 𝗶𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀, 𝗶𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 Wenty brown. This looks awesome. Look at the colors of those leaves. And then 𝗶𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀, and I don't really know how they look when they're in their submerged form, so that'll be pretty interesting if they even survive. I hope they really do because I love cryptocoryns. I'm going to start planting them in this tank in their own individual groups. I don't want to mix them up because if they get mixed up, that'll just confuse me and I won't know which species is which because some crypts can look very similar, so I don't want that happening. But I still haven't planned where I'm going to plant each individual cryptocoryn, so I'm gonna think about that for a little while and then I'll get them planted in. So I planted in the 𝗂𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀, and then beside that is the Wenty brown. Here's a look from the side. You can see there's still so much area to plant, and we're definitely not going to fill this tank up with plants today, but I'm going to try my best to get as much coverage as I can. Next up, I'm planting this right here, which is 𝗶𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗶𝗀𝗀. This plant I'm quite excited about because I've seen this used in so many of Takashi Amano's works, his aquascapes. He uses this plant quite a bit, so I wanted to get some of that, and I'm glad I'm able to right now. So hopefully I can grow them. I'm gonna plant them in right now. This next one I've got is 𝗶𝗂𝘀𝗀𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀, and I think it's similar to the one I just planted, the 𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀. It might be I think that might be called 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗶𝗀𝘀, but I'm not too sure. I have no clue. So I'm going to plant this one in this corner. So we'll have 𝗶𝗀𝘀 here and 𝗶𝗀 there. And it's kind of weird saying all the cryptocorin names, but I don't have a choice. The 𝗶𝗀𝘀 has been planted, and I've got 2 more crypts left for today. And this right here is another one I've been really excited about because this has also been used a lot by Takashi Amano, so I can't wait to see how this one grows. But this right here is 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗀𝘀𝗀. Another funny name, but let's see how this one looks. And I haven't showed you yet how I get these ready for planting, like getting them out of this cup and the rock wool, so I'll show you that really quick. So it's really simple. You just gently try to pull this out without breaking the leaves. And it should come out just like that. And then you just split the rock wool apart in half. And half. And now you've got the plant here. And there's still some rock wool in between the roots, so you just gently grab this out with your fingers. Give it a good rinse in some water. Get some of that loose stuff off. And if you're having a hard time using your hands to remove all this remaining rock wool, just grab some tweezers and gently pull it out. Just like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so just try your best and then separate them into smaller bits. You can see how many there are in this one. Alright, and now for the final unboxing, the last crypt. I saved this for last because this was the most expensive, and unfortunately there's only, I think, 1 rosette in there, so the least amount of crypt that I could get and the most expensive, so that kind of sucks. But if you're Japanese, you can probably read that, or if you can read Japanese, then you know what this is. But I'm gonna open this up and show you guys. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm just as excited as I hope you guys are. So you can see how this is packaged. Ooh, that is beautiful. Wow. Wow, that is amazing. That is insane. Guys, you gotta check this out. Look at the colors on this. Is that incredible or what? Oh my gosh. No wonder why it's so much more expensive than the other ones. This right here, if you don't know, is 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗶𝗀𝘀𝗀 green gecko. And that is just one of the most stunning pieces I've seen ever. Now that is probably the most incredible cryptocorin that I have ever seen. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Have you guys ever seen anything like that before? It makes me kind of scared to put it in this tank because there's no CO2. The substrate is not nutrient rich at all, so I don't know if it'll survive. I really hope it does. And I don't know where this guy came from. I don't know whether it came from a CO2 environment or nutrient rich soil, but it definitely looks like, because if you check out these roots, look at those roots. That is a solid structure, and the leaves are really robust and solid, so I don't know, guys. I don't know if I should put it in this tank. It's a little bit hard to see clearly right now, but I've planted it right there. It's the centerpiece of this tank. It's not in the center, but I think it'll look good right in that spot, and hopefully I can get it to grow nice and large, because this is one of my favorite cryptocorins ever, and I really hope that it will do well. So I know the tank looks really empty, even though I've just planted all the crypts that I just bought, but there's still one more plant that I want to plant in today, and that is this right here, the 𝗯𝘂𝘀𝗀𝘀𝗀. It's not a crypt, but I want it to go in this tank in the background. I think it'll add a nice touch to this tank, and right now this plant is in the 𝗲𝗂 resplendens tank, and just look at how good these fish look in here. I really don't want to take this crypt out, but it's not doing too well in this tank because I haven't planted it in the soil, and you can see some leaves are turning yellow, so I've got to take it out and put it in this tank. Oh, and also I don't really want to do this, but I have to. There's hair algae growing on this plant. You can see all of that algae. That's kind of nasty, and that'll probably get into the 4-footer, but I don't really have a choice. I've got to get this out and into some substrate. So the crypts and the crinums, I say crinums because there's that one tiny baby plant attached to this main plant, so I took that off and planted them individually, and all the other crypts have been planted in. Now it's time to give them some nutrients, and I'm just using this root tab right here. It's called Okoshi, and it's pretty popular here in Japan. Many people use this, so let's hope that the plants like this. Alright, so all the plants have now been planted in, and I also put the root tabs in. And how I did that is, the root tabs came in quite large sizes, so I cut them up into smaller chunks, and I just planted them in close to the roots as much as possible and tried to spread them out as evenly as possible. And yeah, I'm really happy with everything so far. I really hope that the plants do well in this tank. Cryptocoryms are said to be easy, but they can also be really sensitive plants, so I'm crossing my fingers that they'll survive and thrive in this tank. One thing I'm noticing though is that this side of the tank is much darker than this side. Well, first of all, we've got the sunlight coming in from that window, so I hope algae won't be an issue. If I get this thing all balanced, algae will definitely not be an issue. But this side looks pretty dark, so I might have to add on another light or change this out for something that's a little bit more stronger. Crypts are low light plants, but they also will appreciate higher light. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on the lighting? Is this too dark, or should I add another light to this tank? And also, one other thing I'm thinking about is whether I should add some CO2 into this tank. I might do a DIY CO2 kit for this tank. Right now, a quick update on the Mona Lisa tank. Mona Lisa. What? Again, I said it. The Leaning Tower of Pisa tank. I don't know why I keep saying that, but Leaning Tower of Pisa tank. I do have some CO2 running on this tank. Look at this. This is a DIY CO2 that I'm working on right now. You can see the diffuser on the right is producing bubbles, whereas the one on the left isn't. And I've got two systems right now, but it seems to be that the right one is working much better. So the plants are doing really well. You can see the glossostigma is already starting to carpet out, so that is really neat, and I can't wait for the plants to grow in even more. I've also got some frog bit floating up here. So that is a quick update on this tank. Can't wait for the plants to grow in. Fish will be added into this tank really soon. I've already confirmed with myself the type of fish I'm going to first be adding into this tank, so make sure you subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on that. And I will also be planting this tank even more with more crypts. Comment down below what crypts do you want to see in this tank, and I'll try to find them. But as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did like to watch, be sure to hit that thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time.